Today, jurors heard from the man accused of causing the Palisades wildfire as prosecutors played recordings of his initial interview with ATF agents. Our investigative reporter Eric Leonard has been at the trial in federal court in downtown LA. He joins us live from the courthouse with an update. Eric.
Yeah, these recordings were made by the ATF agent who first interviewed Jonathan Rinderknecht about where he was when the first of those two fires began, the Lackman fire, just after midnight on New Year's in January of 2025. At times in the recordings, you could hear Rinderknecht kind of ranting about the state of the world, how he believed wealthy people and others were secretly controlling the United States. And the agent said Rinderknecht was also misleading at times about what happened that night. Jonathan Rinderknecht was back in court listening as these recordings were played back for jurors. On the witness stand, the agent who did the interview, who told jurors his suspicions of Rinderknecht grew the more the two of them talked. Special Agent Matthew Beal said Rinderknecht described visiting a spot very close to where the fire started, but initially denied smoking or starting the fire. Hours later admitted he had smoked a cigarette or two in the clearing closest to where the fire started. Beal said Rinderknecht's account did not match a timeline of the fire's spread that the ATF built from security images and cell phone pings. At one point in the recording, Rinderknecht referenced the French Revolution and made comments about how societies only truly change when there are major crises like plagues or violence. Now, earlier this week, a former ATF agent who spent his career studying the behavior of arsonists testified he believed Rinderknecht set the January 1st fire and it was motivated by societal revenge, meaning the person had grown angry at the unfairness of the world and impulsively lit a fire to try to regain some power or control. The doctor who testified said Rinderknecht didn't plan or prepare to start a fire, but may have found himself just in the right place at the right time and decided to do it. On cross-examination, the defense pointed out that doctor, again the former ATF agent, never examined or interviewed Rinderknecht, and all of those conclusions were based on his review of prosecution materials from federal agents who'd already decided Rinderknecht was guilty. Rinderknecht faces federal arson charges that accuse him of igniting the Lackman fire and accuse him of being responsible for all the damage from the Palisades fire. Of course, he's pleaded not guilty. Expert witnesses for the prosecution have testified that that first fire smoldered underground and then reignited into the Palisades fire 6 days later. So that ATF interview where they were playing the audio recordings lasted for more than 7 hours. The prosecution just in the last hour here has wrapped up its case. It's rested, meaning it's not going to present any more witnesses. It will now be the defense's turn to bring witnesses and evidence into court. Live outside federal court in downtown LA, I'm investigative reporter Eric Leonard, NBC4 News.